Hello everyone, I'm Disco Legend, and welcome to a Farming Simulator 19 gameplay series. Last episode, we purchased a sawmill and about $925,000 worth of equipment just to get started in our forestry endeavor. We learned how to operate the sawmill, but we just ran out of time in the day and didn't get a chance to start producing anything. So let's get back out there and turn these piles of logs into piles of cash. And more importantly, have some fun. Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 2, where hopefully we can start making a little bit of money. I've gone ahead and picked up all the piles of logs using that auto-loading trailer. I think at the moment we are out of fuel for the sawmill, so I left one pile of logs in the back there to pick up, and we're going to go ahead and use the all-in-one to clear out these stumps. But let's go ahead and look at the global company menu and see how we're doing on logs for input. Well, we are indeed out of fuel, but we have a significant amount of wood chips piled up. And we have over 2.7 million liters of logs. That just sounds like it's going to be a lot of money. Let's go and get some fuel back in here so we can start processing these logs. Alright, we have enough wood chips to get things started with the sawmill again, and our field is stump free, so it's ready to be replanted. Once we get these unloaded, I believe it's time to make a trip back to the shop. Some things we need to purchase immediately are our front loader attachments, a flatbed trailer of some sort, and a means to get our wood chips from the wood chip pile to the fuel input source. A few more items on the not too distant future list are the tree sapling planter and tree saplings. And it's kind of a long drive back to the shop, so for some more permanent upgrades around the sawmill, probably want to start looking into a refillable fuel tank as well as a repair shop. And our wood chip pile is getting really close to its max capacity, so we may already be at the point where we produce enough wood chips as a byproduct to keep this thing fueled. Well, I'm going to go and get the Follow Me mod set up, and I'll meet you back at the shop. For the front loader attachments, I think right now we'll just go with what the base game has to offer. And now, we have a means to load our pallets onto whatever trailer we purchase. For trailers, we had a lot of options. The one that I thought would suit us best for now is the 20-foot gooseneck trailer. I would have preferred something a little longer, but I like the fact that this one comes with ramps so we can load vehicles. Now we have everything we need to start making some of our money back. But since we're at the shop already, I'm going to go ahead and save, back out, and then experiment with some of the tree sapling planters and the belt systems. So a lot of the conveyor belt systems were expensive, and we're not sure if they're even going to work for what we want them to do. So for the time being, I think we're just going to go with a more traditional front loader bucket type option to transport our wood chips. And this mod pack came with several size options, ranging from 500 liters to 2,200. Everything is loaded up, and I think we're ready to head back to the sawmill. There's good news and there's bad news about the tree situation on this map. The bad news is that there's already too many trees on this map, and the game won't allow us to plant anymore. The good news is that there's too many trees on this map, and that replanting them isn't really a necessity right now. And most of the forested area surrounding our sawmill can be purchased at a reasonable price. So what we'll have to do for a while is just buy the land, cut the trees down, and then resell it. And then at some point, we'll attempt to start replanting some trees. Our wood chip pile is 98% full, so let's start transporting some of this over. Well, maybe. I'm pretty sure the description said this bucket could carry wood chips. I don't think there's any open or close function for this implement. I suppose it should have been pretty obvious, but the means to collect the wood chips was right in front of my face the whole time. During the tutorial, the wood chips are collected from a separately spawned pile of wood chips, not the output pile, so that's my bad. I'm not even sure if the conveyor belt option is a possibility now, but using the trailer and doing it this way is still pretty quick. We've transferred all the wood chips from the output pile, and our sawmill is back in business. Let's take a look at what we're going to produce first that can make us the most money. According to the season's economy, it looks like longwood is still projected to make us the most money. But let's take a look at the actual sell points and see what their prices are right now too. Well, right at the top of the list, we have longwood selling at the construction site for $2,400 per 1,000 liters. So let's go ahead and make that for now. The next question is, where is the construction site and how far away is it? The answer to both those questions is far. I'm not sure if that's a bridge right there. I think we'll just play it safe and go around this side of the river for the first trip until we find out for sure. Let's start making our first product. I think longwood spawns right here. If we hit Q, it gives us the option to spawn 6 pallets, which I think is the max for the spawning area. Then we can use Q and E to adjust that number from 1 to 6. Let's go ahead and spawn 6. And if you noticed, our longwood capacity went from 36% full down to 30. So we could spawn 6 more pallets 5 more times for a total of 30 more pallets of longwood. And I'm pretty sure those numbers are just based off the wood we have processed so far. It doesn't take into account the 2.4 million liters of logs waiting in the queue. Today could turn out to be pretty profitable. Each pallet is 10,000 liters, which means at the going rate of $2,400 per liter, every pallet's got to get us $24,000 in cash. Now, just to figure out the best way to load these guys up on that trailer. I think that's going to be the best way to do it for now. We can probably stack them too high. And don't forget, once you get them in place, go ahead and strap them down. Can't quite reach that one. Probably easier just to get in the truck and do it. There we go. Now, I won't knock that one off when I try and stack one on top of it. And I'll meet you back here after I've filled up this trailer. We were able to fit 10 pallets on this trailer, so you're looking at over $248,000 worth of longwood. Buying the trailer with the ramp option turned out to be a good idea. It made loading this thing really easy. Sometimes the longwood pallets would get a little shaky and fly off our pallet fork, so we might try some different options later on. But for now, we have a long drive ahead of us, so let's get at it. Finally made it, and it was in fact a long drive. And there's still the drive back to look forward to. I think the payout will be well worth the drive though. There is always the option of buying more trucks and more trailers and using the Follow Me mod to cut down on the amount of trips we make. It's definitely nice to see that balance going back up. We'll have enough money now to buy some more land to cut some more trees down off of. Because I'm sure there's some more lumber related facilities on this map, plus Global Company, and any other forestry related mods we might come across. Well, I'm going to go ahead and make a few more trips, and we'll meet back later. So as you can see, it's a little later in the day now. We've made 2 more trips, and we're back over $1 million. This load right here is going to be our 4th, but it's no ordinary one. This one's going to be special. I'm going to go ahead and blame the reason that I didn't think of this as an option is because back when I first found out about it, I never thought I'd really have a need to use it. But as I was making the return trip from the 3rd delivery, it dawned on me, we don't actually have to do the driving. So after watching another quick tutorial from Farm Sim Guy, say hello to auto drive. So we've set up a nice little round trip route from the sawmill to the construction site and back to the sawmill. And if everything goes according to plan, we'll get a message when he arrives at the construction site. Okay, AI worker, don't let me down. I'm entrusting you with $250,000 worth of longwood here. I don't think I would really use this mod on a normal sized map, but for a 16 times, this is going to save so much time. It's fantastic. Alright, he's off. Now just to figure out what to do while he's gone. While our truck is out making deliveries, I think what we'll do is just cut down some more trees. But we're starting to run out of trees on the land that we own. So I think we're going to purchase some land next to ours. Just keep on cutting them down. Okay, we got the message that our driver arrived at the construction site. So let's hop on over there and we'll finish the unloading. After watching the beginner's guide for auto drive, it definitely seemed like there was a way to set this up to do the unloading for us, but I didn't want to push our luck, and I'm pretty excited for what we've got set up already. Also, the sell point for this site has some obstacles on both sides of it, and I wasn't sure if that was going to pose any problems for the auto drive. I also went ahead and turned the option for traffic off, so I think the only thing that could get in our way now is probably getting hit by a train, or maybe if we've got multiple drivers going at the same time, some collision. But I think I'll take those risks, because this mod is amazing. This delivery should put us back over $1 million, and even though longwood is selling for the best right now, I don't want to sell too much more of it. Longwood's going to be used to make pallets for a lot of other production facilities on this map. And let's go ahead and see if I set up the return route successfully or not. Seems like he's good. We're just going to rinse and repeat this process a few more times while we cut down some more trees. I think that's all the longwood we're going to make for right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at the factory levels and see what we can make next. So one thing I'm not too certain of with this factory is how the processed wood gets distributed once one of the outputs hits 100%. I'd like to think that once one of the output hits 100%, the processed wood would just get redistributed evenly to the ones that haven't hit their max yet, But in the event that's not the case, I think what we're going to do is go ahead and make some split wood in some barrels. This way, at least we know we're not possibly wasting any lumber. And worst case scenario, we could have just made a little more money making something else. Let's go ahead and check out what the best places to sell barrels and split wood would be. And of course, the price for longwood's going up now. Right now, looks like barrels are the best thing to sell, over at the woodworks. Let's take a look at the map and see where that's at. Well, it's not too close, but it is not far from our existing route to the construction site. So all we really need to do is just add a loop from this little area up here, and then just add a loop back, reconnecting it, and we're good to go. We have our max number of barrels here in the spawn area, which appears to be 14, and each pallet appears to also be 10,000 liters again. They're a little smaller than longwood too. Might be able to fit more of them on the trailer. There's the second pallet that I forgot to strap down. When the first one happened, I thought the price of longwood just plummeted. Nope, it just fell off the trailer. Typical disco legend. Alright, now what's the best way to load these things on here? Don't think this is it. I think we can do 2 rows. Maybe 2 rows too high is what I'm thinking. Or just throw it on. It's not really humane to subject anybody to this, so I'll meet you back here in a few minutes. Well, it's looking like about 45 minutes to load this whole trailer up. These guys definitely require a little more patience than the longwood. You can't really push them into place like you could the longwood. The only place you can push these is at the bottom of the pallet. If you try and push the barrel area, the pallet fork just goes right through it. Which made me a little concerned about trying to stack them, but they stack just fine. We were able to fit all 14 on here, so that's pretty nice. After we get this last guy loaded up, we'll make a trip out to the barrel sell point. And this first trip we'll have to do it the archaic way ourselves before we can take advantage of the auto drive. And I will not forget to strap down this last barrel. Alright, looking good. I think this shipment is ready for delivery. And strapped. We should be coming up on the woodwork sell point here pretty soon. This green line, these little red dots, that's just the course we've been charting using the auto drive. Let's see, that might be it over there. Hop out and go check this out. I think this is the sell point just to sell regular logs. With the size of this map and the close proximity of some of these landmarks, it's difficult to tell exactly how close you are when just looking at the map icon. So we'll just back up, delete some of this, and we'll head over a little further to the left here. And if you notice, the green line has an arrow on it pointing in the direction we're driving, which means that's the only way the auto driver can go. So don't forget to make a return route for your driver, otherwise they won't be able to find their way back. I messed that up a little bit my first attempt. If we start making money here, we're in the right place. Nice. Broke 2 million. Also, don't forget to name your destination, otherwise the drivers won't have a target to go to. And that's pretty much auto drive in its simplest form. I'll put a link down to Farm Sim Guy's beginner tutorial for it, and we're definitely going to look into some of the more advanced features later on, because this thing is handy. So a few things I'm going to knock out between now and next episode is cutting down some more trees, picking up these logs, and taking care of these stumps. I'm also going to produce some more barrels and some split wood, go ahead and make a few trips and sell it, just to even out the capacities a little more. That'll also give us enough money to make some permanent upgrades around the sawmill, and possibly buy some equipment for whatever business venture we get into next. So I'll see you next time for some more Yukon Valley exploration and some more amazing mod discoveries. Thanks for watching. Please leave any ideas or suggestions you might have in the comments section below. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents.